Hi one, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there have been a problem of underfunding of county governments in this country. And there was a time when the Senate had a privilege, as always, to vote on how county governments will be funded, whereby the CRA was proposing 407 billion Kenyan shillings to the county governments. But again, there was another proposal of 395 billion Kenyan shillings. So the Senate had power to vote on this. Since either you are voting for your county government to get more money, 407, or less, 395. With that, we know how the voting went on, and they settled at 395 billion Kenyan shillings. Now look at that. That means then there was money that the county government missed to get. Around 11 billion less than what was supposed to be given to the county government. Now with all this, we are seeing the chair of the Council of Governors, Waiguru, pushing for more money, that is 407 or above, to county governments. And they had a sitting between governors and a committee of senators as far as the issue of funding government counties is concerned. This is what they shared on their platform. The Council of Governors, led by the chairperson, Her Excellency Waiguru, appeared before the Senate Standing Committee on Finance and Budget to deliberate on the 2024 budget policy statement. The discussion centered on how the budget policy and the resource allocation will respond to the need of the developed units and ensure that they can perform their function as envisaged in the Constitution. The Council reiterated its call for the 450 billion allocation to counties for the finance year 2024-2025, a request that was welcomed by the Senate Committee to ensure counties are adequately financed. They are asking for 450 billion shillings. But some time back, when voting happened, we saw some senators voting against that. Now Waiguru is pushing for this. But one question that Edwin Sifuna asked yesterday, somewhere in a funeral, Kule Machakos, was how Governor Waiguru is coming to the Senate to complain, lament about underfunding of counties when she did not actually convince her own senator to vote in favor of more money to counties. Look at that. Your own senator, who should advocate for more money to the counties, vote against that. So you fail to convince your own senator to vote for more budget to the county, but you are coming to talk to other senators. How can this happen if you cannot convince your own in your own county? That's a question Edwin Sifuna asked, which is so much genuine. Listen to him shortly.
Gavjili ya watu wa Machakos, you can trust Sifuna will vote for 450. Waache kutusumbua kukuja huko Senate kulialia, waongee na senators wao wa UDA, senators wa Kenya Kwanza ndio waliangusha ugatuzi. So Waiguru is wasting time coming to talk to the converted. Sifuna does not need to be convinced that counties need money. He needs to convince the senator for Kirinyaga awachane na sisi. Kwa hayo mengi.
Now we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, like how Sifuna is putting this, neither ODM nor Azimio is a problem to devolution. The biggest problem we have had with the devolution, it is UDA party and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. They are the problem. They are the ones who are pushing for less money to counties. They are the ones who want to sabotage counties. They are the ones who want to own even the achievement done by county government. They want to put it on national government. That's where the problem lies. The Kenya Kwanza legislatures, especially members of parliament and senators, are the ones who are voting to take less money to counties. That is the truth. And by the way, who pushed for Waiguru to become the chair of COG? Who pushed for her? Definitely, there was none other than William Samuel Ruto. He did so with a reason. Haikuwa tu bure. He knew exactly what he was doing. And you can see Waiguru has also been part and parcel of the problems in counties. She don't come out boldly and strongly speak for governors, defend devolution. She is weak, she is confused, she stands for nothing. She don't support devolution. That is what Ruto was looking for, a weak person, so that she will be a weakling where he can use any time, a person who cannot stand and face William Ruto in the eye and tell him the truth. I'm saying so because in previous regimes, we have had someone like Isaac Ruto. Isaac Ruto was the first chairperson of the Council of Governors. And by the time he got that opportunity, I think we've never had another person like Isaac Ruto, because Isaac Ruto was elected under URP and to an extent Jubilee coalition. That means he was from the government side, exactly where Waiguru is. But he knew his role was to defend devolved units. He went against the government, stood with governors, defended devolution, asked for more money to counties. He even got a problem with Ruto, with Uhuru Kenyatta, because he stood his ground to speak on behalf of devolved units. Huyo alikuwa Isaac Ruto. Kwa kiasi kwamba tuliona anaitwa nani? Huyu jamaa wa defense. CS for defense, Aden Duale, asking Isaac Ruto that hii pesa si pesa ya mama yako. Just because he was asking for more money to counties. We saw someone like Oparanya who stood very strongly, defended devolved functions. Oparanya spoke for the governors. He did it very well. Then we saw Nanok. Nanok stood very strong. He faced Uhuru Kenyatta in the eye without any fear and defended devolution. Alikuwa a very strong person by that time. Now we have Waiguru. Shida tupu. A person who cannot stand and defend devolution or governance. Shida kubwa kabisa. And this is part of the problem we are facing in this country. So Ruto knew when he was pushing for Waiguru to go for that position, mtu rahisi wa kutumia. With all that, then we see the problem we are having now. Hata hawezi itisha maandamano serious uone governors wanaongea. Tuliona governor, the former Kakamega governor, Oparanya, mobilizing for protest, and we saw governors and senators standing together and pushing for devolution because Oparanya had some wisdom and knowledge to bring together governors and senators. Waiguru has failed to bring a unity between governors and senators. Instead, we are seeing a fight, spirited fight between senators and governors. She has completely failed on her role. And you see the bombshell is here. Sifuna anauliza tu swali rahisi. Kama wewe mwenyewe, you cannot convince your own governor to vote for more, senator, to vote for more money to counties. Who else can you convince? Sababu ukiongea na watu wa ODM and Kenya Kwanza, you are literally speaking to the convinced one, converted ones. How wako converted? They're not going to change. They stand for devolution. They defend that. That is their position. Now you look at that. So what when you talk to, you convince, ni senator wako. Senator wa Kirinyaga, Kamau Murago. That is the person Anne Waiguru should be speaking to. That is the person Anne Waiguru should be urging. That is the person Anne Waiguru need to convince. Lakini kama na hao wote, by the way, they were elected on UDA ticket. Governor, senator. So Anne Waiguru, speak to your senator. Once you convince your senator, then you can come and speak to other people. In as much we see you coming in press briefing, talking about underfunding in counties, we know you don't come out boldly to face this regime directly. So mnaona hapa ilikuwa kupangwa from the word go. Ilikuwa mambo ya kupangwa. Kwa hiyo Ruto amepanga paka na governors kwa kiasi kwamba anaweza wachagulia na waamulia vile watafanya in terms of voting for their own chair of COG. So you can see this. Speak the gospel from home. Convince people from home. Anza na senator wako, then kuja Mount Kenya senators. Talk to them. Let them speak with one voice. Convince them. Then you can get out and people will see leadership from you. Watu wataona uongozi wako. Lakini kama huwezi convince your own senator, your own region, you cannot bring it together, senators, and speak to them so that they can mobilize resources to counties. Who else can you convince? So this regime does not stand for devolution. They don't defend devolution. They are not there in any way for devolution. And we see Edwin Sifuna equally destroying them and exposing them. So when Anne Waiguru speak, remember what Edwin Sifuna said, and remember how the UDA is operating. The enemy to devolution is none other than UDA, and that is to extend William Samoei Ruto. Ruto even want to own projects done from beginning to completion by county government. He want to come and launch. So what will governors launch? If Ruto want to associate with the county projects, then how will governor take credit from that? How will they own these projects? They cannot. So if you have such kind of a president, how can he bring resources to counties when he is even coming to own projects done to a completion by governors?